Today's video is going to be about communication and teamwork. When I first started working on Mole's Best Friend, I thought it was going to be a completely solo project. I planned on doing pretty much everything all by myself, from the game design to writing the story, probably even voice acting. But when I was solo, I was taking a really long time. Like, I was working at a snail's pace compared to how it is now that I have a team. My whole life, I've really thrived on collaboration and teamwork, so it just made sense for me to find others to work with. One thing I want to highlight is that nobody is going to know about your game if you don't talk about it. Not even necessarily your game, but whatever you're working on, that you're like working in a silo. If you don't tell people about it, they're never going to know that it exists, that you're putting effort into it, and no one's going to have a chance to express interest in helping you with it either. So just let people know what you're doing. By putting yourself out there, you become visible, which can be scary, but now people have eyes on whatever you're working on. And that also allows for opportunities for constructive criticism. Maybe someone hears your idea and they think, it could be better, and here's how it could be better. Sometimes with our like babies, we don't want that because it feels so perfect in our heads, but it really does help to hear other people's thoughts about our projects. So especially after I started actually talking about Mole's Best Friend to people other than myself, it started dawning on me that maybe it is a good idea and people are interested in it. And not only are they interested in it as a game to play, but also in helping me with the project. Also, when I started working on Mole's Best Friend, I had never made a game before. I still have not made a game. That's what I'm working on as we speak. And I also didn't know anybody who had. I was just like reading subreddits, and I was like, well, it would be so much better if I could actually talk to somebody about like, what is the process? What happens behind the scenes? How does a game go from an idea to a finished product that people are playing and talking about? So I just asked my network, like on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I was like, do I know anybody who's ever made a video game, indie specifically? And I actually got like 3 or 4 leads through that. I was telling one of my coworkers about it, and they were like, oh, I know somebody who's made a game before. Through that connection, I was able to meet a real live indie game dev, and he was very helpful and had a lot of wisdom to share. And I'm really grateful for that. And I think that shows the power of just talking about your stuff. Like, you never know who knows who. You never know who has worked on what. Even if like you don't have a direct connection to somebody, it could be a mutual one that helps you. So that's like the networking communication portion of this video. But I also want to talk about teamwork within my own team. As I've said before, it's pretty small right now. There's only 3 of us. Something that is super important about building a team, especially for a game or a project that is like totally starting from scratch, is that your team members are just as excited about it as you are. They want to talk about it with you. They're open to like brainstorming things. They want to meet consistently. Yeah, they're motivated to get to the finish line with you. If everyone on your team is excited, you're gonna have and build momentum. Other things that I think are benefiting us as a team are that we've aligned on our communication tools. So instead of like just like texting each other ideas, we started a Slack, and then we changed to Discord because Slack costs money and Discord doesn't. So we're in Discord. We have a bunch of different channels for our like inspiration, story ideas, character designs, locations, puzzles, lots of stuff. Just places where we can like dump our ideas and make sure that there's a place to keep it all. Until eventually I make a game design doc, which is a whole other beast that I'm honestly intimidated by. In our Discord, we have like, it's kind of, sometimes it takes the form of like a mood board, which is also helpful for when we eventually pitch this game to publishers. We also made a Spotify playlist. It has music that we think fits the vibe that we want to have for Mole's Best Friend. And both of us listen to it asynchronously when we're working on things. So when I'm drawing, I'm listening to that playlist, and sometimes I'll add more songs to it that I think would fit. And likewise with May, she listens to it pretty frequently. And I think that just helps us kind of stay in the same headspace. So I guess the point of this video is just like, make sure you're sharing your work and talking to people about it, gauging interest, and I guess just try to make friends wherever you go. We're all in this together, and you never know who knows who. Not in like a climb the ladder sort of way, but just like we can really build something together if we communicate and just like express ourselves and encourage each other's creativity and support each other. Okay, I think that's all for today. Bye.